Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to all of you who is watching. My name is Stephen Marshall. I'm from class 12 Social Science 2 and I'm absent 31. Firstly, before I start anything else, I want to thank God that today I can still breathe fresh air and I can still meet all of you, though via a video or virtually. And next I want to greet my homeroom teacher, Mr. Sugianto, and also not to forget Mr. Resi as the other judge for this exam. And also I want to greet my dearest friend from class 12 Social Science 2, or my class. The story that I will bring today is Oedipus Rex by the playwright from ancient Greece, Sophocles. This text is a narrative text. We'll begin. Oedipus Rex. The story first brings us to the birth of Oedipus Rex, but his father, King Laius of Thebes, after learning from an oracle that he was doomed to die and perish by the hands of his own son, and so ordered his wife Jocasta to kill the infant. However, neither she nor her servant could bring themselves to kill him, until the servant decided to abandon the child on a mountain. There he was found and brought up by a shepherd, before being taken in and raised by King Polybus of Corinth as if he were his own son. After all, he does not have any children of his own. After many years, Oedipus grew into a smart and curious man, but always gossiped by the people of Corinth of how he is not the biological child of their king, Polybus. As he grew older, so does the rumors. Irritated, Oedipus consulted an oracle, which foretold something that he will have never anticipated for. That he was destined to marry his own mother and kill his own father. If there's one thing we've learned from Greek tragedies, and for those who've read a lot of the plays, knows that the oracle are never wrong. Just for some occasion, they can be very misleading. Desperate to avoid this foretold fate, Oedipus left Corinth. On the road, he runs into a procession of some sort that quite rudely shoves him out of the way. Blinded by pure rage and stressed by what the oracle has foretold, he proceeds to slaughter the entire procession without even learning their identities. This being the time when murder was not only overlooked, but often actively encouraged. Nobody seems to care, except for this occasion it should have been. Oedipus continues to his wanderings, and comes to the great city of the seven-gated Thebes, but to be greeted by the Sphinx. "If you want to pass this point alive, you must answer my riddle," the Sphinx said. "What walks on four legs in the morning, two at lunch, and three in the evening?" the Sphinx asked. Oedipus answered without a second to hesitate and said, a man. Solved. The Sphinx can't take the pressure of being outsmarted and hurls herself off the nearest cliff. As Oedipus entered the city, he was rewarded to marry Queen Jocasta for freeing the kingdom of Thebes from the Sphinx curse. Thus, the prophecy has fulfilled. As the play opens, a priest and the chorus of the band elders are calling on King Oedipus to aid them with the plague which has been sent by the god Apollo to ravage the city. Oedipus already sent Creon, his brother-in-law, to consult the oracle at Delphi on the matter. And when Creon comes back to report, he says that the plague will only end when the murderer of their former king, Laius, is caught and brought to justice. Oedipus vows to find and murder the murderer and curses him for the plague that he has caused. Oedipus also summons the blind prophet Tiresias, who claims to know the answers to his questions, but he refuses to speak, lamenting his ability to the truth when the truth brings nothing but pain. The enraged Oedipus accused Tiresias of complicity in the murder. Tiresias is provoked and tells the truth that he himself, Oedipus, the king of Thebes, was the murderer. Oedipus dismisses this as nonsense, accusing the prophet of being corrupted by the ambitious Creon in an attempt to undermine him, and Tiresias leaves, putting one last riddle on the kingdom. The murderer of King Laius will turn out to be both father and brother to his own children and the son of his own wife. Oedipus demands that Creon to be executed, but Queen Jocasta tells him he should not take notice of any prophet and oracles, because many years ago Laius received an oracle which never came true. The prophecy said that Laius would be killed by his own son. But as everyone knows, Laius was actually killed by bandits at a crossroad on the way to Delphi. The mention of crossroad causes Oedipus to worry about Tiresias' accusation may actually have been true. When a messenger from Corinth arrives with news of the death of King Polybus, Oedipus shocks everyone with his happiness on the news, as he sees this as proof that he can never kill his father, although he still fears that he may have an intercourse with his own mother. The messenger eager to ease Oedipus's mind and worries, convincing him that Queen Merope is his real mother. And the messenger turns out to be the very shepherd who looked after an abandoned child. He too is the one who saw him killed King Laius at the crossroad to Delphi. Jocasta is beginning to realize the truth and begs Oedipus to stop asking questions. But Oedipus presses the shepherd by torturing him until the truth came out. With all now revealed, Oedipus curses himself and his tragic destiny and stumbled off. Knowing the truth, Jocasta went into her room and hanged herself. Finding his mother dead, Oedipus ended up gouging his own eyes out with two metal rods and stabs it into his eyes and go off wandering blinded. The end. Thank you everybody for watching and see you later.